Good evening and welcome to Sunset News on this beautiful Thursday evening. As always, we bring you news, community stories, economics, weather, sports, and so much more. I'm your host, Glenora Shipura. Getting into the news tonight, Lysias Pendukeni Nakandi, the missing fisherman who returned, shares shortly his ordeal on the ocean. He explains that he did not abandon the ship and it was an agreement between him and the captain to come back to Walvis Bay on a rubber dinghy. The ship belonging to Majestic Industrial Supplies is still stuck at Cape Cross due to engine failure and is awaiting to be towed to West Africa. The ship has been there since the beginning of August. Nkanti added that he had no food and had to rely on urine to hydrate himself. Leandra Mower was there and gave this report.
So the weather was bad for the 2 days. The third day, early morning around 1 o'clock, I watch the water. I took a string, like one of these, I put it on top. The string, it doesn't even move away from me, which means there's no current. Okay, let me go. I observe the environment. I have to observe, it's very misty, but I was trained to figure out, to locate which west and which south, which east. So I have to locate. I turn my dinghy to the shore, far away, I think 100 and something kilo, eh? Yeah, 100 is, I have to pedal. From that until the afternoon. When I pedal, then I check. It was very misty, very heavily. I check, man, where is that light? I'm looking for the light of the sun to come up now. Because I was exhausted and I say, man, am I taking also the right direction? Because the water is calm. And then later on, I see the twilight a bit, but it's misty, but you say, oh, there is light. Okay, that is the direction. Let me go.
In our next story, the Namibian Training Authority conducted a series of stakeholder consultations previously in Kavango East or Maheke earlier today in Windhoek in the Khomas region to address challenges experienced in promoting technical and vocational education and training in Namibia. Listen to Tobias Nambala, General Manager for TVET with the NTA, elaborate on the background and purpose of the authority. Augeta Greg was there and gave this report.
That are aligned with the labor market. You have a lot of training providers here. They just train, and their program are not speaking to your communities or to the labor market. When we say no, don't train there, that area is we want in this area. No, now you are. No, I just want office administration because office administration is easier, it's cheaper. But we do not want to overpopulate. We are saying no. That's why we don't fund office administration anymore. Those that we fund, because we do not want that. We are saying, please address other programs. We have a lot of programs that we are talking about: green hydrogen, oil and gas, and others. Those are the ones. Align with the labor market, provide skills that are needed for the accelerated development. That's why we talk about green hydrogen. Develop the competence needed by young people for productive work and increased standard of living. And promote access. That's why we invited people of persons with disability, marginalized communities, people that came from the AUPE, adult education, lifelong learning, people that are coming from COSTECH, community skills, Ministry of Youth, the program as well, and all those, and the persons that have acquired skills through informal settings, informal sectors. This is what we need to address: access, as we talk about access, okay? Equity and quality. That's what NTA is established to address that. Ensure that we address that, and that's why we are here now, to make sure that we respond to some of this. Because sometimes you wonder, when you talk about access, when we get independent in this country, the first issue that we addressed was access. We developed combined schools so that learners cannot travel long distances. And I don't know what happened. Now we removed grade 10 from the combined school, and Now the quality, in my view, is compromised because learners, they have to make abasus there, struggling, because in our setup, it's not like a setup of Europe. In Europe, Windhoek like this, you have a lot of community hostels where kids, whether they are at the primary, primary, secondary, or at the universities, are taken by buses to their respective schools. However, in Namibia, our setup is different. I said what works everywhere does not work. In Namibia, a hostel is assigned to a particular school, and only kids from that particular school. So that's why we have. I do not know whether we still address access there. Access.
In our next story, listen to Dr. David Sem introduce you to his innovative artificial intelligence-driven new company, Cybos Innovations Africa, aiming to revolutionize workplace safety and training. This video was also by Augera Greg. Let's take a look.
My name is Dr. Sem. I'm the Managing Director of Sabio Africa Innovation. Sabio Africa is born as a company born out of a Brazilian company which is called Sabio Brazil. It's the first of its kind in Africa, with the first of its kind of technology. The technology that we are promoting is a technology that is integrated in the system. The system, you can train your employees while they are working. It's actually the system.
Can you show me?
That provides you with the state of the art. You come into this system, you can see your whole work area, what hazards are there when your employees are working. You can check and see the possible hazard and the safety that they are not conforming to. Even themselves, after every working shift, they can check and see what have they have done from every shift during the shift. And you can tell them that, listen, at A, B, C, D, you didn't do the correct procedure. And it give them an opportunity to know that when I left point A, I was supposed to put up a mask, and it will detect that you did not wear a mask. You did not wear safety. And this is why we are saying it's the first of its thing in Africa, where you learn as you go, you learn as you do the process. It can be customized to the needs of any environment, whether it's logistic, especially for oil and gas companies, for health facilities. It is tailor-made as to the needs of the specific customer, and that it is user-friendly. Whatever, it will tell you what to do, and then if you press, for example, you are trying now to detect what is happening here. For example, if you look at this.
So they do a thing and shows you where they're good, where they're not good, where they're good.
Then you see, for example, this employee, you can check there, and it can tell you exactly what are the hazards that are possible hazards, procedures that are not conforming to, procedures that are not followed. With all the procedures that we do, it will also show you, well done, this employee is performing well.
And you are in Namibia for the first time here at the conference?
Yeah, the company is just newly established 4 or 5 months. We have signed up a few customers, and we are open to more presentations to all the customers, potential customers in Namibia.
And where are you based?
We are based in Klein Windhoek. We are busy setting up the office there. As soon as we set up, then we will roll out the launch of the company. And obviously, we'll, as a media, will invite you so that you can come drink a cup of coffee, and then you look more in depth into the machine.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Savannah Beef Namibia invited beef producers, shareholders and stakeholders to a site visit south of Okahanja to witness the construction of the state-of-the-art slaughter facility. Let's take a look at the video.
Massive loss. So what is inside here in terms of slaughtering, in terms of cooling is very essential. The way how you cool, we've done a lot of studies and we are advised by a lot of meat scientists how to cool in terms of the pH versus the temperature, not so much the time. The whole cooling process, then the deburning process for a specific market. Maybe Anke, you can say more about that. And then of course the vacuum packing and the dispatch. So that whole process, it's a perishable product. It's not a bar of gold or a bag of charcoal. It's a perishable product which you have to transport at a certain temperature up to the market where you're going to use it. So the complexity of the product is essential, and hygiene, and quality. Then you get paid. If you don't do that, they will just send back the container, as has happened in the past, and this is one thing which we would like to avoid. So everywhere where it's possible, the hygienic aspect is an essential aspect.
That concludes our top stories. On the other side of the break, President Nangolo Mbumba opens new packaging line at Namibia Breweries Limited. Stick around for that.
Neo Paints has established a 67-year Namibian legacy, creating personalized paint solutions that blend quality and innovation for the Namibian people. We pride ourselves in being a 100% Namibian-owned company, investing in our country and our people by employing and empowering true Namibians. With every brushstroke, Neo Paints commits to our quality guarantee and always delivering a coat of excellence. At Neo Paints, we always stay true to our country. We are as Namibian as you.
Getting into our story of the day, President Nangolo Mbumba opens new packaging line at Namibia Breweries Limited. He expressed his satisfaction at the launch of the Namibia Breweries Limited wine package. Christine Kruger was there and gave this report.
When we were walking through the warehouses and to see all the storage facilities you have, and the goodies taller than a building, I was asking myself, now when you see things like this, you don't even want to drink because you are already satisfied because you have enough supply. And it reminded me about people who travel business class. Whenever you see people in the business class, they drink something, but not much. But those of us who travel economy class, when I see a drink, I think, after all, we don't travel that much. So when you have a chance to travel, and you have a drink, and the drink is plentiful, you utilize it. Now, today, we are here where the drinks are produced. So I said, my goodness, if I was still that type of guy, I can utilize.
On the other side of the break, we take a look at community news in the Erongo region.
Welcome to Namibia, where adventure meets tranquility. With Enjoy, you have access to a wide range of accommodations to suit every traveler's taste and budget. Experience the finest dining and hospitality Namibia has to offer. Booking your dream accommodation is just a few clicks away with Enjoy. Join thousands of happy travelers who have trusted Enjoy for their Namibian getaway. Your gateway to unforgettable Namibian adventures. Visit us today at enjoy.my.na.
The Walvis Bay community, alongside police officials, church leaders, and the governor of the Erongo region, hosted a prayer session and meeting aimed at creating solutions and making a meaningful impact in addressing gender-based violence, drug abuse, and crime in the town. Frida Moloto was there and gave this report.
We are seeing gender-based violence increasing, going up. Provinces broadcast and stream free. We are seeing crime going up. Drugs in our community is being used like it is not something that is not going to destroy your life. Alcohol is being abused. And in general, crime is growing.
During 2023, 8,830 cases were reported. And at the end of July 2024, this year is a total cases totaling 5,332 were reported. And those factors are, among others, are unemployment. As you know that Erongo region is an economic hub. We are surrounded by mines.
Let's now take a look at our economic news. The National Petroleum Corporation of Namibia says 38 dry wells and an investment of over $20 billion over 3 decades have laid the foundation for the recent success in the Orange Basin. NAMCOR Interim Managing Director Epson Wanguta said these efforts, despite initial setbacks, are now driving significant discoveries expected to double Namibia's economy within the next 15 years, potentially. All these developments affirmed a long-held conviction that Namibia's oil and gas sector was a significant oil and gas exploration frontier. He said at the second Namibia Oil and Gas Conference, "I must compliment the industry for holding fast to this conviction despite experiencing 38 dry wells worth over $20 billion Namibian over 3 decades. It is the combination of petroleum geological and geophysical research data collected through this range of activities that eventually bore fruit." He noted that this has led to a surge in exploration and appraisal activities in the Orange Basin, aiming not only to increase the number of discoveries but also to accelerate the development to achieve the first oil by 2030 or shortly thereafter. Let's take a look at our financial indicators. The Namibian dollar trades against the British pound at 23.53, against the euro at 20.00. $2.51 gets you 1 Chinese yuan. On the commodities market, gold, copper, and platinum went down, while Brent crude oil went up, trading at 0.16%, going for $76.58 per barrel. On the other side of the break, we take a look at our international news. Getting into our international news, a man has been sentenced to more than 6 years in prison after hacking into a state database to fake his death and get out of paying child support. Jess Keefe from Kentucky in the U.S. was sentenced to 81 months for computer fraud and aggravated identity theft. The 39-year-old admitted to accessing the Hawaii death registry system in January last year and creating a case for his death. Keefe then completed a State of Hawaii death certificate worksheet, assigned himself as the medical certifier for the case, and certified his death using the digital signature of the doctor. It meant he was successfully registered as a deceased person in many government databases. Keefe admitted that he did it to avoid his outstanding child support obligations of more than $100,000. The hacker also accessed other death registry systems and companies in unrelated attacks that he carried out using the stolen login details of real physicians and workers. Let's now take a look at our weather predictions. capital city can expect a minimum of 11 degrees Celsius and a maximum of 27 degrees Celsius with sunny weather conditions, while Katima Mulilo can expect a minimum of 13 degrees Celsius and a maximum of 32 degrees Celsius, also with sunny weather conditions. Handys Bay can expect a minimum of 12 degrees Celsius and a maximum of 21 degrees Celsius, while Rehoboth can expect a minimum of 12 degrees Celsius and a maximum of 29 degrees Celsius, all with sunny weather conditions. On the other side of this short break, Ari Hohat brings us the latest in the world of sports.
Neo Paints has established a 67-year Namibian legacy, creating personalized paint solutions that blend quality and innovation for the Namibian people. We pride ourselves in being a 100% Namibian-owned company, investing in our country and our people by employing and empowering true Namibians. With every brushstroke, Neo Paints commits to our quality guarantee and always delivering a coat of excellence. At Neo Paints, we always stay true to our country. We are as Namibian as you.
Good day everyone, time for international sports news, and starting off with golf news first. It is the British Open for women that will start this week, and it is one of the majors of the women's calendar, and the defending champion in the tournament is Lilia Vu. She's from the United States. She won last year the British Open. She's paired with the world number 1 Nelly Korda in the first round and second round, and also Charlie Hull from Great Britain. Another favourite in the tournament is Ireland's Laura Maguire. So a strong field that's assembled at St Andrews. It is the home of golf, so it's a very significant tournament for the women, the British Open for women. 4 players from Southern African interest. It is 4 South Africans that's playing in the tournament. It is Ashley Buhai. She's the highest seeded in the world rankings from the South Africans. She's playing in the tournament. She won the tournament 3 years ago. And then also Paula Rito playing, and Cassandra Alexander, and also Leanne Pace, very experienced Leanne Pace. They all 4 of them playing in the British Open at St Andrews. Total prize money for the Women's Open is $9 million, and the winner will take home $1.4 million. On to cricket news. It is the first test in England. It is England playing against Sri Lanka without Ben Stokes, the captain, that is injured, and it is played at Old Trafford. It is Sri Lanka winning the toss, batting first. They were in deep trouble early, 6 runs for 3 wickets early, and also 113 for 7. They recovered to score 236 all out in their first innings. Joanna De Silva, the captain, scoring 74, and it is England that replied with 22 without loss. That was for the last 4 overs of the day. Continuing international sports news with the motor racing news, it is a Formula 1 Grand Prix that continues. It is the Dutch Grand Prix this coming weekend. News from the Mercedes-Benz team is that the engineer Peter Bonington, he announced that he will stay at Mercedes-Benz. He's going to be the head of race engineering. He's been the race engineer for Lewis Hamilton the last 12 years, and there was strong speculation that he might follow Lewis Hamilton to the Ferrari team, but he confirmed that he will continue with Mercedes-Benz in the 2025 season. And to close off today's international sports news, it is soccer news. It is the English Premier League that continues this weekend. It will be week 2. Still transfers happening, and it is Chelsea that confirmed that they've signed the Portuguese forward. His name is Joao Felix, and he will come from Atletico Madrid, and he's very expensive. It will be a $50 million deal, and the 24-year-old Felix, he will join the club for 7 years, and so it's good news for Chelsea. That is after they lost their first game to Manchester City. That's international sports news for today. Hope you have a great sport day, and we talk international sport again tomorrow. Goodbye.
And with that, we've come to the end of the broadcast. Thank you for tuning in and watching Sunset News on this beautiful Thursday evening. Do remember that you can catch Sunset News Monday to Thursdays, same time, same place. From me, Glenn Rashipura. Until next time.